And we're back. So the dust settles, the war table is finished. We're going to go ahead and unpack it. And talks fills, we're going to talk the good and the bad and anything in between. Kalika-lika-low. All right, first off, I want to say thank you guys, man. Over 100 subscribers. We're Twitch affiliated, and this is great. This channel just started, and we're nearing our 200th video. So thank you guys for the support. So let's get into the war table deep dive, and what some will say is a shallow dive, or hanging out in the kiddie pool. Anyways, we'll go over the good things. Okay, the good things I saw from this war table was it was consistent. And I know what you're saying. How the heck is it consistent? It's consistent based off of the last one. If you look at the last one from Kate was about the same. They're both under 10 minutes. They both showcased some skills a little bit. They talked about some stuff a little bit. Now I feel Kate's gave more information on not just the storyline that's coming up for her, or in the past tense, but it also gave you a glimpse to the voice actor. So you got that as well. And I felt like the flow of it was just a little bit more detailed for some reason, even though the timing is about the same. In Hawkeye, it didn't seem like that, but at least I was looking at the consistency of what they said a war table deep dive is and what we got. I liked what they were showing as far as the storyline and what was coming. So for instance, right now you're looking in the background, this is one of the boss fights. Now I personally don't think this boss fight beats him. Oh man, I hope it doesn't. And I hope it's not a boss fight that will remind a lot of people of Abomination. The boss fight that everybody really likes right now is a Super Adaptoid, because it is just a different mechanic and it forces you to do some different stuff. But he looked good in the stuff that we saw. Same thing with the press release that you're looking in the background. There's nothing leaked about this, so the pictures you'll see. This was the press release from the publisher that normally goes out before a game releases something. Now, I didn't necessarily dislike anything from it because it was new information. It's like what we want is new information. I love the arrows. You know, apparently he has 10 arrows. The three that I'm interested in looking at is the dead shot, that sniper arrow, where I said in a previous video about what the war table should have is his ability to kind of almost lock in. And I'm curious when we get a chance to mess around how accurate that is, how powerful that is. The other one I'm looking at is the raining one. I really thought they were going to add one. They've had it in a lot of other games. So it's going to be interesting to see that one. There's a healing one, right? So you have the healing one, and I'm really interested in that one. As Miss Marvel is my main, I enjoy the support heal role in any video game. I think that is going to be awesome to be able to maybe have her and Clint on my team on the AI part, where they both are giving me an increased chance for heals, because I normally spec into other healing or defense. I actually do defense number one and then heal. But anywho, I enjoyed that aspect of it. I enjoy that we're actually kind of getting some stuff. And then that's really where I believe the fact that I enjoyed it ends. I think in that same trailer that we saw for the deep dive or whatnot, you have the voiceover work. I don't know what direction they were going with the voiceover work. It sounded like a late 90s, early 2000 movie trailer with the deep voice. Like it was like, and then somewhere in a distance. It was like one of those. And then I think I saw Taskmaster. Let me know in the comments if you saw him. But I think we're fighting Taskmaster again. And with the conversation that keeps coming up in this game, to have to fight Taskmaster again, that's going to be interesting. Because I think the rumor is, from what people looking at screenshots, there's I think 2 areas inside the Badlands or the Wastelands that we're going to, and I think it comes up to like 8 missions, like 3 for Clint, and then there's like maybe I think 1 boss, or there's 4 villain sectors that are new. And so people are hoping that we do get, you know, Maelstrom as far as having one of the sectors. But if Taskmaster is back and he has his own sector, I don't know how people are going to feel about that one, because the community, I believe, wants more villains as well as more heroes and a list of other things. We got a chance to see Lucky the dog, and that's awesome. But then it also, you know, threw up the question of, does that mean we're going to get a Lucky the dog takedown? Now, I don't think we are, but the comments I saw where people were hoping for Lucky the dog takedowns. I don't know. There is some emotes where Lucky, uses the same technology that Clint has used, or Kate is using, especially for the teleportation. So that's going to be interesting and fun to watch. But I don't think that this war table gave us more questions in most cases than answers. That's the real big thing about this. They brought up the season thing, right? So let's go into next gen. So they go into next gen. They say, hey, listen, we've got next gen. We've got Xbox and we've got PlayStation 5. And they show it in running of, I'm assuming real time running, the PlayStation 5. And the video you saw at the background previously was PlayStation 5. But then for some reason, they don't go into detail. Like, you have an opportunity to stretch this out. Like, hey, it's kind of like, hey, look, I don't have anything. We got 9 minutes. What can we give them? We could probably give them 10 minutes of just talking about next gen. You think they'll like it? Yeah. We haven't had really any information in about 4 months. I think they're going to love it. Yes, we probably would have. And the conversation in the community might be a little different. But instead, they tell you about next gen coming, but then they don't tell you any features. We got more features from the dynamic duo, who I love, Andy and Phil. Go ahead and sprinkle on some LK. And we got more information in the dev stream. The dev stream, Phil had said that the controllers, the adaptive controllers for the PlayStation 5, are going to be able to do some stuff differently, and they're going to react differently. Why not give that information in this? I don't know. Put in the comments why it was so bland, and then right after, to get the information of what each system is going to be able to do. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense at all. Then you go into it and it's like, okay, March 18th. Okay, that patch is coming out for next gen March 18th. But I was like, fine. Okay, it's a little long, but I thought it would be 2 patches. I said like 3 videos ago, 2 patches and then Clint, because I feel like a patch to clean some stuff up and prep for the big Clint update. That's normally how it goes, right? Then the next gen patch, and hopefully you add some new game modes and stuff in it, and then we get Clint. That was my whole idea. And I said in a previous video, I thought because of Outriders, it was going to come out the same week as Outriders so that people weren't lost and went to Outriders and maybe never came back to this game from the same publishing company. But nope. When you get to the end of the 9 or 10 minute war table, they kind of just say it smoothly, mostly in text more than vocally, that Clint will be with the next gen upgrade, which means Clint comes out the 18th. If Clint comes out the 18th, that means it's 7 months. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. That means it's 7 months since this 7 months. That's 2 heroes, right? 2 heroes, 7 months since the game is launched, right? That, I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that sounds right for the community. Is that what the community wants to hear? Now, mind you, they never promised us a character every month, pandemic or not. And I get that a lot of them are working from home, and some of them might be displaced, unfortunately, because of the fires and other things that have gone on. I understand it. The only gripe I have is the communication. Constructive feedback from the community is needed. It's amazing. It's warranted. But it's a two-way highway. And I feel like for some reason, the communication on their side, whether it's on the Marvel part of it, whether it's on Square's part, whether it's on Crystal Dynamics, there is something getting in the way of the communication, of the execution. The conversation was, hey, look, we kind of have a war table. And this was told to us, the dev stream, that there is a war table that is out, or not a war table, a roadmap. And they have to figure it out, every department, to say yes to it. They could have gave us something during the war table, but they didn't. They could have told us, hey, look, we don't have a roadmap, but we got this right here. And I've showed you some stuff in the past. We've got some stuff like this. And then the community been like, okay, I like that. We got some stuff to look forward to, but you don't get that. Again, it brought up more questions than answers. Spider-Man. The original thing was Spider-Man was supposed to come out in March. That was original, I guess probably the biggest rumor that everyone wanted to go with. March would have been great. You would have April, March, you're going into a new quarter, go for it. But I don't know. Doesn't he get pushed back? Black Panther, they don't show anything with his storyline in Wakanda. They don't show anything that has been previously leaked. They don't even mention it. And I've told you guys multiple times, and some people have said, hey, rest in peace to Chadwick, but that was the reason they didn't show anything. Explain to me why. The reason for not showing it now. Right? I don't know, man. That's rough. That's rough. I know I'm kind of just like going, but I'm trying to keep it 100%. And I mean, you're still missing the in-game super adaptoid that you're supposed to get with Cape. Cloning Labs are trying to fix it because of multiplayer online issues, which has been happening even on the dev stream. And there's a patch. The patch, actually, they're shutting down the servers on the 17th, so it should be today. The servers will be shut down online as they work on some back-end stuff to optimization for multiplayer. I don't think it's an upgrade or anything like that. I mean, hopefully, if it is, they would have given us the patch notes the same moment last night when they said this. But normally a game will do some stuff to make way for new stuff that comes in. This could be a helpful thing on Cloning Labs, but the reason why I don't think it is, or it's just bad miscommunication, why wouldn't they show, teaser, or say that in the war table? And I don't know about you, but man, they keep fumbling the communication. Like, you just call it a war table then, because some of us are confused what a war table is. But maybe don't put deep dive on it, because that's not really a deep dive. Like, it's more like Cliff Notes, right? It was more like Cliff Notes, I guess, than a deep dive. I don't know. It's going to help you on a test, but it's not a deep dive. Like it says in the description, I don't really write anything down. I don't go by a script. I enjoy the AM radio vibe. It's the same thing I kind of talk about on my Twitch channel, which we just became Twitch affiliate. So I just kind of just talk on certain subjects, and that's what we're doing on this one. But if I could rate it, it's underwhelming. I won't give it a number or a letter. It's just underwhelming based off of especially at the end of the last two war tables where they say on it, we love, your comments. We hear your ideas as a community. Thank you. And then I said in the previous video, just show that you're listening to the community. And I'm pretty sure people who've left the game or they're off and on, they will be respectful about it. At least I believe they will. Or they will, man, you get flies with honey versus vinegar. And you just, man, to watch. I did a 2-day 48-hour stream, and appreciate the support. Over 900, almost 900 people came by and showed love while I streamed for 2 days straight. And so many people were hyped about this game that right before it, on the war table date, there were streamers popping up that I've just never seen playing the game. And it's still a win for the community. So they're playing this game, and you see the numbers of people who are watching streams go from the normal, which is about 60, to maybe you can do 300 on a good weekend. Okay, it's not a game that everybody's watching and playing. But then it literally stayed at about 600 or 700 yesterday as people waited for the war table. And then I think there was a miscommunication on that as well, because people didn't know if it was going to be on the Crystal Dynamics. They didn't know if it was going to be a video. So then they eventually found out it's a video. They're like, all right. Then they're like, well, that's done. So all this hype was built up with nowhere to go at all. Some content creators saying that Hawkeye was going to be revealed that same day and he was going to come out that same day. That didn't happen. So people were upset. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a dev stream. If I was talking to the people at the dev stream, I'll let them know, hey, look, y'all, you guys might want to take some time off. Don't come back. And the reason why I say that is the community is ready for you to come back, because you guys are the face of this game. It's unfortunate. It's not your fault. It's not your role. That's not, but they are going to be in that comment. And it reminds me of the time of the Division. If you ever played the Division 1 and 2, there were times where the comments were turned off because they understood what was going on in the community as far as, yeah, they're not 100% happy. Man, interesting enough. Well, I know this video is long, guys. I know it's long. It's more like a TED talk. But again, I feel like it was underwhelming, completely underwhelming. It's unfortunate. No conversation of Black Panther, no conversation more than what we already knew, what the next villain was going to be. Some people are like, man, there's more aimbots. Yeah, there's going to be like that for a while. That was from information that was already leaked. So yeah, how can they fix it? I don't know. I can't. It's not that I don't know. Everyone has opinions. It just doesn't make any sense for me to say my opinion. It's not gonna. I don't think it changes anything. I think we're just here now. I'm still gonna play the game. I've always been casual about the game. There's other awesome games I'm gonna stream moving forward. But man, they had an opportunity to really just get everybody together, and instead of them saying, "Hey, look, we know the date that Hawkeye is gonna come out, the 18th." They decided to say during the stream that Hawkeye is coming out, and we'll talk about it in a deep dive on the 16th of February. Why do that? How does that help you? Like I said, streaming wise, it was near 600-700 people as soon as it was done, and the grumble started going back and forth. You could see the hype, like they were trying to keep it alive. They're like, okay, it's not what we thought, but it's something, yeah. And then you started hearing the stuff on Twitter and Reddit and all this other stuff, and you watched that number dropped all the way back down to 60. By the end of the night, it was 60 people playing or watching people play Marvel's Avengers, and they had a perfect opportunity to just do something special. They could have honestly, what I thought they were going to do is week after week release information, slowly but surely trickle it out. Here we go. This is a patch for this. This is a patch for fixing skins and these issues. Here's multiplayer patch. Here's the next gen patch. Here's reduced pricing permanently on the vendors and in the marketplace. Here's what we're doing for Gear 2.0, Loot 2.0. We're still some ways away, but here we're going. Here's the communication for the cloning lab. The blog that is oversaturated for no reason. We've made it simpler. We even have a section that says on it, here's our known issues, instead of saying we know of known issues. Man, Crystal Dynamics Square, if you guys want to, man, give me a call or just scroll down the comments on various videos and various websites and blogs, and you'll see the temperature of the community on a game that shouldn't be missed. Now, mind you, I think the rumor is, do they pull the plug? The conversation starts talking about Anthem at this point. Do they pull the plug on this game when I think they're signed over for maybe 4 or 5 other games for multiple years? But for this game, I think it's a 2-year deal or something like that, give or take, if more stuff comes out. Now, I do understand the characters are free. They're free 99. I don't know how much the next gen games are going to be out the box. They should be $29.99, because if they charge $60 for these next gen games brand new, that's going to be interesting. I assure you that. Now, I know the video is longer. I'm trying to put in the description podcast or TED Talk or whatever the case is, but I'm working on it. I think I might do a podcast. I'm not sure. You guys let me know in the comments. I don't know. But I was thinking about doing a podcast. It was going to be something like Conversations in the Elevator, and it would be me talking, right? Me talking, and I would invite other guests. And who would the guests on this show be? It would be some of the top streaming and YouTube content creators. It would be people who are hardcore comic, or spending hours into this game creating builds, or maybe they just like to play. They don't even do builds. They just love to play for long hours. Casual players, fans of the community. Some people who are not fans of the community, or not fans of the community, but not fans of the game. But as long as they're respectful, as long as they're open-minded, constructive feedback, I would love to have them on the show. So that means you, right now, you who might have only played 27 hours and then said, screw this, I'm not playing it. I would love to sit down and talk to you. For someone who's like, I know everything about the comics and I've been 100% on every direction they've gone in the story, I would love to talk to you. But the whole idea, as I'm listening to the podcast about Marvel's Avengers, is trying to add to the community, not take away from the community. And try to, if I did do a podcast, try to do it where you felt it was valued, that it wasn't me reinventing the wheel. So I know this was a little bit long. This was me kind of testing the waters, as they say. But I would like to do a podcast. But that's only if the community needs another podcast. That's only if I'm able to create a different podcast, and I would only like to do it, and it wouldn't be any face, it'd be just Zoom call, so you wouldn't worry about that. If I can, get the timing, because everyone's on different time zones, and get you the person listening on this. So if someone's like, who's Pancake Man 14? I've never seen him create any content. Well, he doesn't. He's just really passionate about the game. And Buttergirl 14, she loves to play the game as well, and she likes to talk about it. She's on the show as well. So that's it. But like I said, underwhelming, missed opportunity. Can they bounce back from that? I believe they can. Why? Because there's just such a lack of information and just characters, whether villains or heroes. People are going to pick up the hype again as you get close, but they've now got to wait another month. So again, appreciate the support. Until next time, Kalika out.